So right now, I'm guided to share some message for the 14th of April. That's the new moon in Aries. And as some of you may be already aware, there are 7 planets in Aries at this time. So I was kind of reflecting, meditating on the energies today. And what came for me to share was that at this time, there's going to be, or there has been taking place, a lot of identity shift, so-called, or solidifying new identity, or redefining the idea of identity that you used to live with. So there's a huge shift in Aries. Is about assertion of yourself, your self-identity. That's also linked to fear when it comes to wounds. So there may be a lot of old wounds or patterns that may be arising at this time or around this time. In order for you to, the word that came was not release, but rather forgive. So when you forgive, you're completely removed from the energy or the timeline. And we have this deeply, deeply rooted patterns of self-punishment and needing to punish others as a result. So that needs to shift at this time is what is coming for me, especially Yeshua is coming through as I'm saying right now. And as I'm sharing this message, suddenly the sun just came up and it's gone now. So though you may feel a little bit confused between what you are feeling and what you are intuitively guided, and that's the whole task, I would say, at this time, that is coming up for me to share, to really utilize this energy for you to further grow yourself into more in alignment with your higher timeline, higher self, however you resonate with that. So all this identity shift is based on you connecting more with your higher self, your monad, your soul aspect, and function that way. So that's why a lot of the videos that I share the past few days or the week has been about flowing, slowing down, not in terms of action, but just to act on intuition and instinct rather than impulsivity or that external pressure that's been coded in our patterns and DNA, and you're releasing all of that. So as the light is getting stronger, meaning the higher vibration is available right now at this time, the frequency is rising, these will be triggered, these will be revealed. So that is the process. And so at this time, instead of feeling the need to conclude everything right now, and you may also have been experiencing some sort of distractions or finding yourself distracting yourself with something, whether it's your hobby, whether it's some sort of activities or like going in social media, whatever that is, there may have been some sort of distractions that's connected to your past patterns. And you needed those distractions in order for you to recognize something within your pattern that you need to be aware of, recognize, and shift them right now. So there's a lot of shifting that's happening in summary. So just we are learning about patience at this time, even though the Aries energy is like fast moving and take action and all about that. But actually in this new moon in Aries energies with the 7 planets in Aries is not just about taking the action and moving forward. And also it is about that, but in a sense that in a way you are to move in a different way than before. So that movement that I constantly shared before was about moving with the flow rather than moving with pressure or force. So that's the new movement that we are embodying at this time. That's connected to your new identity, that you're no longer aligning with ego to take action, but you're going to learn and adapt at this time to align with your higher self to take the action. And that requires intuition, that requires discerning certain feelings that may be arising from past patterns or old wounds, and separating yourself or discerning from your intuitive emotions. So one way to let them go is to forgive once again. Forgive yourself. Subconsciously, you may have been criticizing yourself, harsh on yourself, which you all have been to a certain degree due to this generational patterns that we all embody at this time. But it is now that we need to, the word that is coming is not heal, but more so give love. Give love to those patterns, give love to those timelines, give love to those moments where you needed to live in fear, you needed to learn to hold on in order to feel safe and secure. And so you can transform that pattern that's all rooted in fear now to love. That means you're fully removing yourself from it. And also with certain people, the people from the past, that you no longer resonate on a frequency level, whether it's your family members, whether it's your close friends or relatives or however you resonate, right? If their vibration is no longer aligned with your vibration, meaning they're not growing, they're not taking accountability, they're not being more conscious of their actions, then the only way is to separate. And once again, you're not here to take everyone with you, and we are not here to save other people. We are to support each other, love each other, but we are to focus on ourselves. That way we are helping each other at a bigger picture. And also prioritizing doesn't mean it's about you and self-importance or being selfish. It's more about honoring yourself and then appreciating and respecting yourself. So that doesn't mean you don't care about other people. That doesn't mean you don't love and you don't share love. So we need to have this really like refined understanding of what it means to prioritize yourself and put yourself first. All this redefining things in your own ways that's aligned with your higher self and your highest timeline. So that is what is coming up right now for me to share. Is there any last message? So it's about learning to pace yourself, at the same time taking the action towards your vision that is connected to your new identity. But if you're taking the impulsive action before solidifying the ground, it's all about balance is what is coming. It's you are constantly solidifying your ground at the same time when the vision is there and you know that is what's meant for you in your intuitive knowing. You take the go, meaning you may not feel like you're perfect yet, you don't have everything yet, but you need to follow that vision, meaning you need to learn to move with the new energies of the movements that is embodying the unknown. So we've been living under this pressure of needing to control what's to come and figure out what's ahead and constantly secure things, which we all embody to a certain degree. And we are now learning to move and feeling okay, not having to know everything. And that requires a lot of trust and faith. So that's why this message of walking on water and all this has been coming up in recent days. And since late 2024, early 2025, the energy has been supporting us with learning to flow with the unknown. We've been trained, we've been adjusting with a lot of energies in Pisces and water and earth energies at the time. So now as we move into fire and air, we are to bring that experiences and training with the support of the celestial astrological energies. So you may not have all the answers right now, and you have to, I would say, shift your energy to trust that everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be safe for you, and that you're always going to be protected and guided, rather than getting into any fear that's going to bring anxiety and worries, and then you will go into feelings of insecurities on a subconscious level that's going to make you feel very compulsive and ends up obsessing over securing resources that may require for you in advance and stuff like that. So that's how the energy is being, energy is tied in a negative sense. That's going to lower your vibration. So at this time, just stay aware, and we are all learning to live in the present more and more every day. So we are all here in this big giant school called life or earth, however you resonate, right? So this is just a training ground in a lot of senses. So we are learning more at this time to live from present to present, move from present to present, and this is a big shift. But we are being supported in a lot of other ways. So it's important that we trust that support and allow ourselves to receive that support. And as you may be aware, what you say and think and speak out loud, intend, is what's making your reality. So if that is constantly the new narratives that you are repeating, that's going to be your reality. So that's how we solidify, redefine, and move towards these new movements with the Neptune in Aries at this time, is what I'm going to share. So just wanted to, any last message. So connect with the energy of water is what is coming very strongly. Any ocean water, rivers, or shower, or just drinking water, however it is. Just study the water and live in the water as if you're swimming every day, which came to me as a message just like a couple of days ago, or it's been coming up like the past 3 weeks actually. And just swim through what it feels like to swim, what it feels like to float, what it feels like to be light, stay light, what it feels like to empty your mind and just stay in your center, or go into your center and feel. So what came was emotions and feelings is not the sabotage, but it's the thought that is coming to the mind that's related to old patterns or old wounds, is what's lowering your vibration. And then with that, past energies can seep through that. You know what I mean? Because you're opening up the gateways for them, the lower vibrations or other attachments from other people, timelines to come in, because you're lowering your vibration. So that's why there have been a lot of distractions outside. But just be aware, and that you can feel things, but you don't have to define it with the old narratives, old patterns out of fear, or any old resentments or cynicism that may be arising from people who have harmed you, done you wrong. However it is, we need to forgive in order to stay light. So that's the task. Doesn't matter what they did to you, doesn't matter how bad they were to you or how bad the situation turned out to be. Everything was a lesson. This was just a training. So see the bigger picture, focus on the bigger picture, and then release them, forgive them, saying, we don't have to play this anymore. We don't have to play this role for each other anymore, meaning you don't have to reincarnate together anymore, which is like a karmic connections, right? So you don't have to repeat the lesson over and over, go into the same situation or similar one or even worse every time because you're not getting the lesson. We are just cutting all of these cords as a new earth is emerging. So just take a minute to reflect on what it means to surrender, let go, and forgive for yourself. And allow yourself to feel when you say, I let you go with love, with grace. And we learned our lesson, we played our role, and we no longer need to do this from the bottom of your heart. And then we can transform all those lower vibrations of resentment, anger, or sadness, grief from our energy body, and we can be lighter. So I hope this helps for those of you who may need this or resonate. And then I'll see you in my other videos. Bye.